tuned in to the one and only show, bringing you entertainment stories shaken, stirred, with a little sass and a twist of lime. It's Northwest Nightcap with K-Cee Deeva, y'all. Don't miss it.
Hey, what up, peeps? Oh my goodness, it's been a minute since we have been live with y'all. And we're excited to be back. We got lots to talk about, lots we've done since you last seen us. Thank you for joining us once again. It's Northwest Nightcap. I'm K-Cee Deeva, and we do this every first Thursday of the month. We talk about everything entertainment, all the messiness that is going on in entertainment. There's so much. I mean, we only have an hour, so we try to pick and choose choose the topics we think you might want to hear our opinions on. So we got a few stories for you tonight. We're gonna kick it off. Anthony Adams and I went to Memphis recently to see our bro and our sis, Robin and K-Cee. I'll do some formal introductions in a sec. And then we're going to jump into a couple stories and whatnot. And then I have a question for the group you guys can be thinking about. Because, Halloween is around the corner. And I want you to think about what superhero would you want to go as for Halloween? And it cannot be Batman or Robin.
Okay.
Do you think about it? And at the end of the show, I'll ask you.
Shucks, then.
Okay. It's all jacked up now.
I already know mine. Okay.
No, keep it to yourself, Anthony. We'll get there in a minute. Okay. So just so you know, we've been up to a lot, like I just said. And one of the things we did was Anthony and let me do the introductions first. Sorry. Okay. So ladies first, of course, we have the beautiful Miss Robin, Princess Robin, as we affectionately call her. Princess Robin is the host of Traveler's Guide to Venus and Mars, which you can catch on all streaming platforms. Okay, all of them. Okay, I'm having some issues with my cradle here, so y'all have to forgive me as I straighten it up here.
It's okay. We're just having a love test.
Oh, there you go. Right on. I love it. Okay, so yes, all streaming platforms. From A to Z, you can catch episodes of Traveler's Guide to Venus and Mars. I don't know about you, but I need some relationship help from time to time, at more than time to time, and that's the show where you get it. All right. And to her, let's see, my left, her right, is Mr. Kurt K-Cee Clayton. He is not just our bro, but also the musical director for Confunction, legendary R&B group. If you don't know who they are, go look them up. You've been under a rock because you should know who they are.
Ask your aunties.
But not only that, these two at the bottom of the screen here are married. So you didn't know that little tidbit. Whoa. They are married and couple goals. I always say couple goals when I look at these two.
Yeah. Happily married.
To each other. I'm sorry.
Yes.
To each other. Yes. In case you didn't make that connection, they're married to each other.
Happily married to each other.
See, and this is why in a couple weeks I'm having these two on to talk about successful relationships on Dish with Diva, but we'll talk about that later. Okay. And last but certainly not least, my BFF, my homie, we do 90 Day Fiance recap in case you have not seen it yet. If you're a 90 Day Fiance fan, you need to check us out because we always have something to say. There's always something crazy going on with that show as well. And Anthony Adams, I love doing that show with him and kind of chalking it up and talking mess about all the crazy characters on there.
Well, the feeling is mutual. I love doing that show with you as well.
Well, thank you. All right. So before we dive into entertainment content, we went to Memphis. Anthony and I hopped a plane, went to see Robin and K-Cee in Memphis. And let me tell y'all, I visited a lot of folks. I visited a lot of folks in my lifetime, had some great trips, wonderful times. But this is no exaggeration. I have never felt more like royalty when I've gone to visit somebody than with these two. Literally rolled out the red carpet, opened their home to us, showed us around the town. I mean, the first night were picked up by a private car, courtesy of Real K-Cee. That was not, I was expecting like Lyft, Uber maybe, or maybe we drive ourselves. No, we go outside. It's like this luxury SUV. Shout out to our amazing driver, Bo. Bo is amazing. And we were picked up in style and we were driven to the Memphis Hall of Fame induction ceremony for 2022.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just, Booker T, Priscilla Presley, I'm forgetting the whole list, but
Mavis Staples.
Mavis Staples.
Jim Gaines.
Yes.
Robert Plant was there.
Robert Plant. Yes.
That was the shocker.
I mean, a whole list of folks that, if you go to any of our pages, you can see, I posted a bunch of pages, Anthony, a bunch of pics, Anthony posted a bunch of pics. We tagged, all of us. So you can check out the photos. The photos tell the story themselves. But, we did that the first night. We ate this amazing cheesecake. What was the name of the cheesecake place?
Cheesecake Corner.
Cheesecake Corner. Shout out to Cheesecake Corner.
Yeah.
My goodness. So, I mean, of course, you're in Memphis, right? You have to have amazing food. So we had barbecue, we had fried catfish, we had mac and cheese, we had hush puppies, we had sweet tea, we had salmon. And anybody that knows me knows I'm real picky about my seafood. I'm from the Northwest. And Brother K-Cee, when he says something is good, believe it, because it's better than good. It's slamming, okay? It's slamming. Princess making us fabulous breakfasts every morning. We're treating like king and queens there. Like I just felt it was amazing. It was amazing. We went to the Lorraine Hotel, where Dr. Martin Luther King was shot. Very emotional. Visit, just being there and in the presence of this historical, very tragic event, but very historical event that happened. Grand Central Hotel, that was amazing. The music.
Graceland. We're by Graceland.
Oh, Graceland. Yes.
Bye, Graceland. I mean, that's kind of what we did.
We did a drive. Okay, you know what? We were only there for a few days, right? So
we did a drive-by.
Stax Museum. Did you see
Stax was the headliner.
Stax was the headliner for real, because all of us, as you know, are into entertainment. So, I mean, just to see, like, we saw Tina and Ike Turner, one of their outfits, record memorabilia, piano, instruments. That folks actually use.
Isaac Hayes' Cadillac.
Isaac Hayes' Cadillac. So
boy.
Talk about delicious.
Oh my gosh! If you go to my page, I posted a video of the Cadillac. It was like spinning. It was on a platform. It was looked off. It was spinning, and it had a TV in it, and it was like wasn't it like real gold trim or something, like
gold trim. He had a TV. He had the phone in there, the mobile phone.
Yes.
He was pimping when Pippin was pimping.
What did Princess say?
In 1973, he had a
right. 1973. It was amazing.
Yeah. He was down like this.
The big brick phone.
Nowadays, we just call that standard.
Oh man, I mean, so many good memories, and more importantly, just being able to fellowship and all the four of us being together in person, and just share laughs and experiences and great food and amazing drinks. So I had my very first taste of moonshine, y'all. Okay, it's one of my many little souvenirs I brought back. This is moonshine. It's Old Smoky and it is butter pecan. So we did a taste test one night. We bought a bunch of samples and we, gave it the thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatever. This one was the winner, the butter pecan. And so let's go ahead and I'm gonna shake mine up here a little bit. Okay.
Now, I've got
banana pudding.
I've got banana pudding.
Oh, you got the banana pudding. Okay,
I got the banana pudding one.
And we gotta
Yeah.
try that one.
Oh wait, is
Yeah.
it too soon?
All right, let's
Cheers.
do it. Click your
Click your
neighbor.
name. One, two, three. Yeah.
Ding,
Click,
ding,
click, click.
ding, ding. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Forgive me, y'all, if this fire starts coming out of my mouth.
Deeva and K-Cee, lightweight.
This stuff, this stuff tastes like, I kid you not. I said this when we were down there. This actually tastes, because anybody knows me knows I'm not the biggest fan of butter pecan, but this actually tastes like something I would put in like my coffee for creamer.
It's smooth.
It's very smooth, very tasty.
Yeah.
I would have this with some cheesecake actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
This,
with some
this,
cheese.
yeah, this banana pudding is kind of growing on me.
Is
Banana
it?
pudding
Okay,
is
I gotta
good.
try it.
It's growing on. It's good.
It's
I gotta try it.
Close second to butter.
Close second.
Close
Now,
second.
what was there was a second. Which one there was butter pecan and there was one that we had
Apple
there.
cinnamon, wasn't it?
No,
No.
apple pie.
Apple
pie.
pie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apple pie moonshine. Apple pie moonshine.
Apple pie moonshine.
That one
Yes.
was
Okay.
good.
So we'll wait for our royalties for giving old Smokey the plug there, because
Yeah. Exactly.
But anyway, just to kind of close it out,
Yeah.
had a wonderful time and cannot wait to go back. Can't wait to go back.
David, you seem like you have a little bit more of a glow now since you've been down here.
You know,
I'm just gonna.
I've heard that
Just
a
gonna say.
lot. I've heard that a lot. Seriously, like
She had a glow when she was here.
Yes.
All the fellas was catching it. Oh Lord, who is this? Who is the lady with the red flower? Oh girl, I saw your smile. I was like, damn.
I should have worn the flower, huh? I should have worn the flower tonight. You guys got me blushing up in here.
Take them off. She couldn't take them off when she was here.
Boy.
I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, y'all got me my cheeks red.
Mad.
You know,
It was
it was a good time.
That's all I'm saying. They recognized.
It was a good
Boy,
time. It was a good time.
my sister was catching like catfish around this joint. Hey boy.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, she couldn't drop that line quick enough. Got another one.
You guys, this is how the whole entire trip went. The entire.
Hey.
So much fun.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We had so much fun.
Oh yeah.
And you know, we the plan was, you know, to maybe do some video, maybe, you know, whatever. But you know, I'm not gonna lie, we were kicking it. It was playtime. It was not work time. We're not thinking about y'all. Sorry. Maybe next time we'll take some video.
Oh yeah.
We'll do.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, let's get into this entertainment stuff. Oh God. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the disclaimer. I do not want to talk about this dude, but we have to. It's our duty as we do. Yeah, right. I know K-Cee. I knew the head was gonna go back. I knew it because he knows what's coming. And Anthony has the finger on the brow.
There's two.
Yeah.
There's hold on. Right now, there's two people that I'm really thinking about who you could be saying this about. I got two people in mind.
Well, I'm just taking one more quick little sip.
Hold on, let me get mine. Let me get mine too.
Before we jump on into this nonsense. Okay, so Kanye West. I have many other names for him, but they are not on-air appropriate. But Kanye West, I don't even want to say shocked. I don't even want to say shocked because nothing he does shocks people anymore, right? It's always something. Yeah. But Paris Fashion Show, he showed up, you know, to show his line of clothing off, and after the show, pictures started circulating of him and Candace Owens. Now, if you don't know who Candace Owens is,
Don't worry
Um,
about it.
don't worry about it. Right, exactly. She's really not relevant, but she tries to make herself relevant as like I don't know. I don't know what to call her. I mean, against all things black. I don't know, but she and Kanye West are holding hands, wearing White Lives Matter sweatshirts.
Yeah.
And apparently, some of the other models that were modeling Kanye's clothing were also wearing White Lives Matter sweatshirts. Now, I don't need to tell you all that this, of course, the internet it broke the internet. It's all a buzz. Exactly what Kanye likes to do, right? He likes to stir up things. He likes the controversy. He likes the PR and the attention. And he's getting it. And this story came out on Monday, I believe. And ever since then, all these other stories are popping up. One came up today where Kylie Jenner walked out of the fashion show. Kanye is, talking about Justin Timberlake's wife. I forget her name. He had something, to say about her. He's just, it's like he's just fire starter, or what starter, caca starter, yeah. So a lot of celebrities, a lot of black celebrities are like, yo, hey, we had your back all this time. But this I can't be on board with. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Someone even posted, that let's not forget the White Lives Matter slogan, allegedly was started by the KKK members as
it's a dog whistle.
combat Black Lives Matter, right? That whole movement.
Yeah.
So
Charlottesville.
yes. So we have, this black artist, and Candace, two black folks. I think what disturbs me most about this, even aside from just what they're wearing in particular, I don't know about her, but Kanye in particular has a lot of influence. He's in a position where he's very influential. He has a huge following. He lost a lot of followers along the way with a lot of his antics, but he still has there's people still defending him and supporting him and buying his music. And yet this is not the first time he said something out of pocket, in a lot of eyes. So if you remember a few years back, he did an interview with TMZ and he said slavery was a choice. And then,
Yes.
The internet, once again, lit on fire. We're just seeing this pattern where people are starting to ask the question, like, what is your deal? Are you ashamed of being black? Are you just trying to gain some PR? I'm going to start with you, bro, Kurt. And, my question, I guess, is I get it. Staying relevant by any means necessary is what a lot of these actors, musicians, and such do. But at what point does it become almost dangerous, right? Especially given the political and racial climate that we're in. When is enough enough? When is it too far? And do you think this is too far?
I think it's way too far. And all I can say is beware what you wish for, because the main people that he's peddling to are the main ones that will leave him hanging, literally, if they had a choice. Because and first of all, something like that I expect from Candace Owens, because that's what she does. That's just been her MO. She, and ironically, she's of course a black Republican that, Donald Trump is God to her. Meanwhile, part of her history is the NAACP basically came to her rescue when she was in college, because she accused some white college students of raping her. And the only ones to come to her defense was the NAACP. The same NAACP now that she basically denounces. And and so now Kanye is kind of falling down the path of, well, let me pedal to. I mean, and keep in mind, a few years back, not only did he say slavery was a choice, but he also had a meeting with 45.
Yes. Yes.
And but his thing is he's hoping that he can shock enough, and at the same time he feels, well, I can get that audience to buy my clothes. And if it's all about selling clothes, then go for it. But at the same time, you're going to sell your clothes. You're going to sell clothes and lose your soul.
Exactly. You're gonna sell out.
You're going to
Literally.
sell out,
Right.
and even and as soon as they're done with you, and so they go on to the next thing. You're going to be, you're literally going to be a person without, a country, or a place to live, or you're going to be on an island by yourself because you alienated your friends, you alienated your family, anyone that has been down with you and supported you your entire career. You're slowly but surely alienating them, and it's going to be you can't come back from certain things. And I'm done with it.
Well, and let's not remember. I mean, let's not forget too. Um, Bush doesn't what was his phrase?
Bush doesn't like black people.
Yes.
Care about black people.
Yes, doesn't care about black people. Bush doesn't care about black people. And so, and that's resurfaced too, right? People are throwing up all these clips. Someone threw a clip of when he did do the TMZ interview. One of the reporters just let him have it, and it was a young brother too, and I was like, yeah,
yeah.
and
Salute
left
to
him
Van
speechless.
Lathan.
Left him
Yeah,
speechless.
he's no longer with TMZ. I think
Right.
he shortly left. I think he left TMZ shortly after that
He
because
did.
of that
Yep,
situation.
he did. Yeah, he was pretty disgusted with the whole thing. Princess, what are your thoughts?
The same. I'll start off agreeing with hubby. All the things he said. I mean, it seems to me, it seems pretty obvious that one of two things is going on. Either a mental health breakdown, which is not, out of the question with Kanye, or he's just, the shock value. I think what concerns me is less that he has the microphone, but more if there are sheep who are listening. I guess that's what I'm saying, because it seems pretty darn obvious what the goal is. And I just don't like anything playing into feeding it. It's like you give a kid a cookie when they're having a tantrum. You might have been interested in giving them that cookie in the first place, but now you're giving them a cookie from the tantrum and they think that's how they get the cookie. It's like, this is not what I would want the community to reward by attending to it. I mean, if it's really how he feels, well, then let him be down with his people who White Lives Matter, and then we just can let him go, because we are when people, what's the saying?
When they show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah,
well, yeah, that too. But I mean, you're right. He's flooding all the media, right? So kill that.
Yeah. We're essentially
that you know what I mean. Just
yeah. We're essentially we're playing into. I mean, even talking about him now, right? He's getting what he wants. You could type in K into Google and his name pops up first, right?
Yeah.
So and I as we're discussing this, what also pops in my head are his children. They're getting, the older ones are old enough now to kind of sort of understand some things, and it'd be interesting to see how their mom, Kim Kardashian, responds to questions that they might have. Anthony, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Well, three sayings come to mind. Well, four sayings come to mind right now. First one is your skin folk ain't always your kin folk. Got to remember that. Number two, I've said it before on this platform, and I'll say it again. the love of money is not the root of evil anymore. Attention is, and that's the reason why Kanye is doing this, because he wants attention.
It's all about the clicks.
It's all about the clicks and the likes and the retweets.
Yep.
The third one that's coming to mind is something that Pete Davidson said years ago about Sister Robin, you talked about mental health. Pete Davidson said this. He said, "Listen, having mental health problems is not an excuse to act like a jackass." And then
very true.
Very true. And then also what Charlemagne the God said when it comes to this whole white lives matter, you can give black people your whole backside to kiss. It's not gonna make them white people love you any more than the black people that loved you from the beginning. So you can go ahead and sell us out and everything, but don't think for 1 second that them white people are gonna care about you when it goes down.
Well, that's just it. It's like we've seen this happen with, other celebrities that kind of get too big for their britches, right? And they, they don't need the black community anymore. And then all of a sudden something happens, and we know that when that one thing happened, you get all the kudos in the world, but that one blank, as they call it, and they knock you all the way back down. They're done with you.
Stacey Dash.
Stacey
Dash.
Yes. Prime example. I struggle with the mental health thing. I know that is a real thing for a lot of people. I believe it even is with him, but again, like Anthony said, okay, is it mental health, or is it, you're just thinking clicks and likes and so on? Robin.
I gotta say this. When I said mental health, I wasn't saying that to excuse a brother. Okay, so that's number one.
No, I know.
Number two, if it is mental health, all the more reason, shame on the media for capitalizing on that, because this help, not a more rope to hang himself.
It's
mental health. So in either case, I say, look.
It's not mental health, in my opinion. He has basically his wealth. Now he's using his wealth as a sign of privilege, and he's trying to use his privilege the exact same way that we accuse white people of using their privilege, because he feels that now he can say whatever he wants to say, do whatever he wants to do, and he is above reproach.
Yes.
In those situations. And so
I don't think it's a mental health breakdown either. I'm just saying there's one or two things going on.
Absolutely.
I believe it's antics.
Yeah. But I think that's a valid point, though, because like I said, there are a lot of people that suffer from mental health issues, and when they do such extreme things like this, it does make you question, right? So it's just with this guy, and keep in mind, Candace, from what I understand, she tweeted out the picture, and from her Twitter account, and then boom, that's when the fire started. So
Kanye posted it too on his Instagram.
So are they a thing now? You said they were holding hands.
No. She's married. No, she's married.
She's married. Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, I don't think they're a thing. In fact, he just put some. Doesn't mean he's just all over the place. I saw something earlier where the headline was Kanye admits to having a crush on Kylie's friend or something like that, and it's just like.
But don't be surprised when the midterm elections come up that they don't use him to be on the platform to speak at Republican rallies.
I have
because once again it's all about money,
right?
And at the same time, and if they feel that he could give them some swing votes, from people of color, because right now it's about win at all costs.
It's going to be very interesting. And I mean, this is the first of many stories to come. This time it's fashion, and next time it'll be some political antics. So All right, I'm done talking about him.
Thank you.
Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting viewpoints from everyone. It's kind of a
For real.
downer. Kind of a downer. Okay, let's
Look
get
at that.
into some. Let's get into some. So well, I mean, not great news, but some romance stuff. Um, okay, am I saying his name? How do you say his name? The Celtics coach,
Oh, geez.
Ime Udoka.
I think it's
Yeah, Ime.
Ime, right? Ime. I think
Yeah.
I think that's how I heard the
Mhm.
news. Okay.
I think so.
Okay, Ime
Yeah,
Udoka, head coach for the Celtics. Was in a relationship with Nia Long.
Mm-hmm.
Nia Long is a actress, black actress. You know, she's been in a lot of movies, and apparently, he has now been suspended for a year, for breaking the rules and having an affair with a staff member. Now he and Nia, you know, aren't married. They weren't married. But they've been together, I think 5 years is what I read. They have a
Yeah.
son who is 9 or 10. Everybody's been talking about this. I mean, this has been a huge story because of who he is and because of who she is. TMZ caught Nia like in the it wasn't TMZ, it was oh gosh, names from my mind. Another outlet similar, caught her in like a parking lot I saw online, and they were following her and her son trying to ask questions. And you know, my thought is like, okay, come on, she's got her kid with her. I mean, I know she's a celebrity, I know that's your job, but give the woman some space. Her kids with her. This is already hurtful enough, right? And of course, you know what the funny part is, I've seen a lot of guys posting, like, you know, comedians and celebrities, like, dude, you had Nia Long. Like, seriously, what were you thinking? You know, it's a sad situation. My understanding of what I read is the woman that he had the affair with knew Nia, so it wasn't like someone she didn't know. I think she had scheduled some things, like, you know how they go on, the coaches go on trips and, you know, travel and things like that. They were familiar. I don't know if they were friends, but they said familiar. Do you think the year suspension was fair? I mean, let's be real. This happens all the time. Okay, we know it happens. It may not be public. They may not be dating famous actors or actresses, but we know this fraternization thing happens. You know, I've worked for a sports organization in the past. I know it happens. You know, is it because it's such a public thing now that he's getting the suspension, or do you think that maybe it might have just kind of flew under the radar had he not been dating someone like Nia Long? Princess, I'm gonna go to you first as our relationship guru. What do you think?
You know, I don't know that I have an answer to the question that you just posed. Certainly we all are hearing about it because it was Nia Long.
Right.
I don't know if, you know, typically people get rung up for it. You know, yeah. I've been very vocal. You know, I believe you just don't mess with the people you work with. And, you know, and I have my own personal experience with that, but I just think it doesn't ever play out well.
Ever.
When you mess with the people that you work with, and this is a situation of that kind of blowing back, and what they're citing, as I understand it, is that it is against policy.
It's against the policy.
So there's all that. It's just, it's messy. Don't do it. You know, just don't. But you know, I don't know that I have an opinion. I know we are all hearing about it because it's Nia Long.
Exactly. Anthony?
I mean, yeah, again, it's the ultimate.
Is a year suspension too harsh or not enough?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's a little too harsh. I think 6 months would have been fine. Made him miss half the season. I mean, mind you, it's not like they play a whole year. Yeah, I think maybe I'd say maybe half the season at least. That would have been better, because then you come back and now you got to try to finish off the season and see where, because the ultimate punishment is going to be how are your team members that you coach going to treat you when you come back? especially in the middle of the season. That's going to be the real punishment. It's not going to be the 6 months off, and everything, but that's going to be the real punishment. So I think 6 months would have been fine. But again, I think because it's Nia Long, we that's the reason why they gave him a year. And Boston's got to do damage control. That's all it is, damage control.
I was going to say, maybe that gives it more time to cool off, though. You know what I mean? Like, in a year, we're not as interested.
That's true.
In 6 months, it's still like, hey, it's a fresh wound. But in a year,
something else.
Out of mind, we're on to the next thing.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Now that you said that out loud, Anthony, it was just something that came to mind.
No. That's a fair point, actually. I see where you're coming from. That's a fair point.
Brother K-Cee, what do you think?
I think there's first of all, it initially broke because it broke on Sports Center and a lot of the sports outlets because he's the head coach of the Boston Celtics, and then they had just made it to the finals.
Yeah.
But at the same time, another thing, and I think also it was really extreme simply because, number one, they said even in the report that it was a consensual relationship.
Yeah.
All right. Which means, okay, if it was consensual, and although she was married, right, and it was consensual. So my thing is, okay, fine. So why doesn't she get the exact same punishment that he's getting? Because if it's a consensual thing, they both know the policies of the organization. But this is a situation where they are condemning him and they're victimizing her for something that she knew was totally wrong as well.
Right.
So and then another thing is, the reason why they made it a year suspension because they're hoping within that time they can basically get rid of him and basically have him go coach somewhere else. Because if they wanted him really still with the organization, then like Anthony said, yeah, you give him 6 months or whatever, and then a mid-season he'll come back. He'll pay a fine, he'll do whatever. Because it's not uncommon for you. Yeah, of course, you need to be penalized some kind of way for company policy. But once again, if you're gonna penalize, you should penalize both parties because both parties equally went into that act knowingly.
Right. Well, I think to answer that question as to why maybe they didn't is according to Yahoo Entertainment is where I first read about it. And I had to go back to this article. There's been, there's always articles piled up on top of it now. And Nia finally gave a statement and asked for privacy, etc. I had to go back to the original article. And this is what I couldn't remember, that this is what makes it a little clear. So according to another source, The Athletic, the relationship began consensually, then became more complicated because she accused him of making unwanted comments towards her. So that makes me think, and that's what initiated the internal investigation in the organization, right? So that's what makes me think it's one of those situations like, okay, so somewhere did something go sour? They, one person wanted to break it off, maybe one didn't, maybe she was ready to break it off and he kept, I don't know. But to your point, why is just he getting suspended?
And on top of that, because her situation and another speculation was that first and foremost, the reason why it actually came out was not because of her, but because of her husband.
Oh,
I hadn't seen that. The husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what happened was the husband found out. And so when the husband found out about the situation, then they kind of had to do damage control in home damage control. So basically, because once again, it started off as consensual, meaning at the end of the day, she was still married. He was not married. She was married. She was cheating on her husband. He finally found out about the situation, and he basically, said, okay, well, we're gonna, you're gonna, break this off with this guy, but at the same time, we're gonna report him to the organization. but at the same time, she couldn't report him to the organization without her
Right.
getting the exact same. So that's when they came about as if, well, he made certain advances to me that was
Okay.
unwarranted.
Okay.
It's
There
like
it is. Yeah.
so it was a lot of different levels of it. And so
Mm-hmm.
once again, whether he made the advances, at the end of the day, it started out consensual, which that stops right there. As soon as you both said it was a consensual thing that was against company policy, then you both should be at that point
Exactly.
100.
penalized.
100.
Exactly. I don't think it's right that one party gets penalized and the
Yeah,
other one doesn't. And who knows? I mean, maybe behind the scenes they're considering it. Maybe they're, we don't know. But as
yeah.
far
But
as
if you're going to lay down the law, lay down the law
I
across the
agree.
board,
I
right then
agree.
and there.
Yep. Yep. Especially now that it's public. I mean, how messy, like, you know what I mean? You can't get any messier than this,
Exactly.
and then like you said, the added publicity being in the finals.
Yeah.
So interesting. We'll see how this goes. I'm curious to see how, if at some point in time, maybe she might have some repercussions. Speaking of messy. Tia Mowry and Corey Hardrick,
Oh
after 14
no.
years of marriage, are divorcing. Not a whole lot to say about this. Just more, I'm sad about it because I
Yeah.
Yeah.
remember I used to love the show Sister Sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a twin, Tamara Mowry.
Mm-hmm.
And they met way back then when they were doing that
Mm-hmm.
show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been in a lot of movies and such.
Mm-hmm. He's a good actor
It
too.
doesn't seem like anything messy. There were some rumors that I saw where people were saying, suspected cheating, alleged cheating. He shut it down. He
Yeah.
immediately came out and said that those are all lies. I did not cheat on her. This is a mutual decision.
Mm-hmm.
But it just made me sad. It made me
Yeah, I
sad.
know.
When you
Yeah.
see those couples that start off young and kind of watch them grow as people and as actors and
Hmm.
families
Mm-hmm.
and such. So yeah, I
Yeah.
just wish them both the best. And that people stay out of their business. It's hard, right? When you're a celebrity
Mm-hmm.
couple, it's just people can make it messy if you let it.
Yeah.
So all right. We're getting close to time. Just want to have some fun here. Halloween is coming up. I used to always go to a Halloween party, of course, pre-COVID, Halloween parties, love dressing up in costume. You know, Things are kind of slowly getting back to normal. I
Hmm.
haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet this year. You guys got any plans? Anything going on in Memphis?
Probably, but we ain't gonna be going. I think we went to one Halloween party. It was a
Halloween party.
small. It was actually a birthday party, somebody's birthday, small intimate gather. I mean, just a handful of couples. We dressed up. We were vampires.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Anthony, I know you have a little one. Yeah. Now, do people don't go trick or treating anymore, right? It's kind of dangerous. Now.
Well,
They do.
They
they
do?
do. So it's dangerous, but I will say this: I take my daughter. There's a neighborhood actually down by, not too far from the UW, off of East 18th and Aloha, and about 3 or 4 blocks, the entire neighborhood, they go all out. Like, I mean, each house is decorated differently.
Okay.
Yeah. So and they give away the good candy too, like the real,
The good candy, the king size.
Anthony's
Exactly.
understating.
Not the dollar store candy, but like you're not gonna get Knickers. You're gonna
The
get
king
Snickers.
size.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Anthony is totally understating that. It is.
Oh, really?
I used to take the kids there too because we had, relatives who were living in that neighborhood. And it's like the strip, the strip of Halloween. Like people drive buses in to bring their kids there, and people, there's like flash day or not? What do you call it?
Yeah, there's a flash mob there one year.
Flash mob.
People, the homes are like attractions, not just decorations, but
Wow.
like one year I saw a horse going down the street.
Oh,
I mean, it's a big deal. You should go just to check it out.
I'm
I was like,
curious
okay,
now.
maybe I can do Halloween like this because it was just
Mm.
fun. But that's the only place.
Yeah. Princess, do you remember many moons ago when we were doing our show? So Princess and I used to do a show called The Dynamic Duo. And we living it up with the Dynamic Duo was the full title. And our first like big thing together, it was Halloween. It was around Halloween. We went to a costume store and tried on some outfits and had some fun doing that. Princess was loving the wig. I think you walked away with a few wigs.
Wigs and hosiery. Wigs and hosiery.
Yes, wigs and hosiery.
Because I was like, what is the hosiery?
And then we did a haunted house. And me personally, anybody knows me, I'm scaredy. I'm a scaredy cat. I watch scary movies like this. I'm that person. We go to this haunted house and we went behind the scenes. We talked to the actors. It was cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm not scared now because we talked to the actors. I know who the ghost is and the so-and-so and the creepy old lady. Man, we got in there and we had a producer at the time. His name was Teray. And so we're like, okay, single file line. And I just remember I was like, I'm in the middle. I don't want to be in the front. I don't want to be bringing them to the back. I'm in the middle. We go. I completely forgot. We just saw all these people like putting on makeup. They're like, I'm terrified, right? And we're like, literally, we're like holding on to each other. I lost a scarf in there that, came off somewhere. I wasn't stopping to pick it up. And as we're getting towards the end, all of a sudden we hear this chainsaw. And Teray was behind me. Robin's in front of me. She takes off. I'm trying to run and not trample her. And Teray's behind us going, go.
Were you guys at Maris Farms?
No, we were at the Georgetown morgue. Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly where you're at.
Yep, Georgetown morgue.
No,
I was like, why? And it was my idea. I was like, what was I thinking? I do not like these things for that reason. So anyway,
I made the mistake a few years ago of going to the haunted corn maze in Marysville.
The corn?
And,
corn maze?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No. So at the end, they had chainsaw guys, and I had a backpack on. So I make it through the chainsaw thing. I run. Okay, I'm done. All of a sudden, the guy comes from behind me and runs the chainsaw through my ear. I threw my backpack. I was ready to fight the guy. They had to get security to come over and grab me because I'm like,
don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I'm not. I'm like that video. Don't scare black people. That guy popped in the trash can. Boom. Don't do it. Don't do it. I will punch you. I will punch you.
You're getting clocked.
Don't grab me. Don't grab me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, favorite Halloween candy. Favorite, and then best Halloween candy and worst Halloween candy.
Ooh.
I'm going candy corn is worse.
Yeah.
Strangely, I kind of like them.
I like candy corn.
I'm with you, bro. I kind of like them.
Yeah, I like candy corn.
I have no idea why.
These are both weird. In wax. It's okay.
We're probably the only two people in the world that actually like candy corn.
Nelly likes it.
Who?
Nelly.
Oh, Nelly. Nelly's single now too. Let me give him a call.
Where's Red Flower? He'll call you back.
Right.
Yeah, I was saying you're not too far from St. Louis.
I mean,
right up the road. It's right up the road.
Let's see. Yeah. Worst.
Listen. What's that?
Worst candy for me will probably have to be, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. Anything that has to do with coconut. I'm not a fan of coconut, like the taste of it.
Almond Joy.
I can't do Almond Joy. I can't.
Yeah. I'm not with the Almond Joys.
Like, don't get me wrong. I can do coconut scents, so like coconut oils and smells and I can do that all day long, no problem. I just don't like the taste of it.
The taste. You like my brother. My brother hates coconut. He despises it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then best probably Three Musketeers. That's my favorite.
I like doing Three Musketeers. I think best Halloween candy. I think my favorite are the mini Twix. I love Twix. The
Oh,
mini
yeah.
Twix for sure. I know whenever we're going trick or treating, they were there. I don't know what they're called. It's like taffy, but they're wrapped in orange and black, and you know what I mean. It's like a
Yeah.
mix kind of. Yeah, I wasn't
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
those. I hated getting those. You know.
No, yeah, those they like peanut butter and
Yeah, they're
something.
different. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
wasn't
peanut
really
butter
a big
taffy
fan of
type
those.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think M&M's is
Yeah.
up there with the Twix too. I love me some peanut
Yeah.
M&M's with little snack
Oh
packs.
yeah.
Does anybody like plain M&Ms at all?
I do.
I like plain
Yeah,
M&Ms too,
I
but
do.
like peanuts like the most popular one.
Peanut's the most popular. I mean, they come up with all kind. They got a brownie one. They have a.
They had the
Yeah.
pretzel
I think
one.
they have a coconut one, huh?
They had a pretzel one a few years
That
ago.
pretzel one. They had a coffee one. That one was
Oh
terrible.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. I saw Princess perk up when I said coffee.
Did they have a wine one?
They did have a white one. I think you need to write them and get that going, Princess.
If
Yeah.
they had coffee and wine, that would be my list.
Wait a minute, y'all. Speaking of wine, Princess told me, shame on me because I put ice cubes in my red wine. I like my stuff cold. I don't want to drink it room temperature.
Don't tell me that, Diva. Don't tell me.
Can't you put it in the freezer?
No, you know, no. Look at her face.
All bad. All bad.
Whoa, hold on. What was Teddy Pendergrass talking about when he said, let's have some cold wine on Come On and Go With Me to My Place?
Maybe it was white wine. I don't know.
It's white wine.
It was white wine.
Oh, Diva. That reminds me. Robin and I, when you guys come back, Robin and I, we went to the candy shop last night.
Oh,
and we got some ice cream. But the ice cream, what kind of was it, babe?
I had the chocolate bourbon ice cream. It had bourbon. So they had
bourbon in it.
various different liquor-based
ice
creams.
Ice cream was, was delicious.
Oh wow. Okay.
There was
it's
like eight different ones, but yeah, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I could totally see that, like a butter pecan. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Another reason to come back.
Hubby had a mix of butter pecan with the chocolate bourbon. I think with the chocolate.
It was so good.
That sounds amazing.
We're going
on a waffle cone. On a waffle cone.
Okay, yeah, that sounds real.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna have to come back because I don't know any place here that does anything close to that.
Nah. You got to come back. You got to come back home. Come on back home.
I gotta come back home.
Come on back home.
I don't want, when I start seeing my glow fade, it's time to come back. You know, I'm still a little bit on a high right now. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Princess, you and I talked about these dang gnats. I got one swirling around. Like, go away. Like, go away. Where they come from?
It's the season. It's the season.
Yeah, that's what our guy said. It's because you guys are having some warm, cool.
Yeah, weird weather.
Right? They said that's conditions for them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we got about 3 minutes left. Okay, real quick. Superhero costume you would dress up in anything besides Batman and Robin. Princess, go.
We actually have to come up with some, and we're supposed to be Avengers. It's actually been assigned to us.
Yeah, for Christmas.
I don't know exactly who I would be. I haven't decided, but I think we started out with suggested Iron Man and Pepper Potts because Pepper did the whole Iron Woman thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Black Widow if I had the body.
Yes. Black Widow.
Several years back.
Yeah, that would be a bomb costume.
Now I need a little bit hide behind the iron.
And where would you go as?
Oh, easy. The Flash.
The Flash, of course. You like the Flash too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. I think for me, I gotta go tried and true. My girl, Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. Linda Carter version of Wonder Woman though, because she's the original. She's the goat when it comes to Wonder Woman. And I mean, I love Gal Gadot. How you say her name? How you saying that? I do like her. I like her. She's modernized it and all. She's badass, but Linda Carter, she's the original Wonder Woman. All right. Well, we're just about out of time. Before we go, just want to get some more plugs in. Traveler's Guide, Venus and Mars, episode out now, all streaming platforms like Spotify, what are the Amazon, Apple,
yeah,
all the ones.
There's Anchor,
all the streaming platforms. K-Cee,
yes,
what's going on in your teaching world?
I just started my finals project with everyone, which I created the final, the music lottery, which I put them up, divide them up into groups, and then and now they have to write, produce, and market a song to me and my team of experts, as if they are auditioning for a recording contract.
Oh, that's
simple. Really it's like if we sign you to the recording contract, you pass. If we don't sign you, you fail.
That's real
world. Don't quit your day job, So, but that's good, and then like I said, I'm headed back out in the morning with Confunction, and then next week I'll be with Howard Hewitt, and then 2 weeks after that I will be doing the Freedom Awards, since we were talking about the Civil Rights Museum. So I'll be doing the Freedom Awards. I'll be part of the one of the special guest artists for the Freedom Awards this year is BB Winans.
Whoa, that's really cool. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And one thing I forgot to mention, something else we did, we got to go see K-Cee's new studio.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Go to my website and look at the pictures from there. That was a lot of fun as well. And Anthony, they can catch us on Monday nights.
Monday nights. Right now, we are on Instagram, on K-Cee Deeva's Instagram, Ms. K-Cee Deeva, at
MZ.
Yeah, when you look her up at 7:30, and we recap all things 90 Day Fiance. So, and this season has been a wild train wreck.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a wild ride. Yeah, somebody asked me the other day, they're like, would you ever do that? I was like, do what? The 90-day thing, like bring someone over. And I was like, no. I learned way too much from watching these people, make fools of themselves on the show. I will never be doing that. No, thank you.
You don't need to, because you got a following in Memphis.
I just need to hop a plane and come back to Memphis.
You just walk outside and
have your pick of the litter.
Pick of the litter.
You.
All right. Well, it's been so much fun as usual. Thank you, Princess Robin. Thank you, K-Cee. Thank you, Anthony.
Yes.
Thank you out there watching, and we'll be back next month. We'll have some more stories to talk about, lots more fun, probably some more moonshine as well. And we missed y'all. We're glad to be back live, and so we'll see you soon. All right.
Yes.
K-Cee Soul, baby.